Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got a update here from a topic that we've been covering very closely on this channel, and hopefully you guys take as much interest in it as we do covering this type of information. So let's just jump over to the article. Let's read it, and then we'll offer a few comments after we go through the article. So the title of the article is that the European Commission looks to expand MiCA to cover emergence of tokenization non-EU stablecoin issuers. Okay, so the quick take up top, it says the European Commission is seeking comment from stakeholders on issues related to tokenized stocks and the global adoption of stablecoins, euronews reports. MiCA is the EU's comprehensive regulatory framework that creates uniform rules across the bloc for crypto asset issuance, trading, custody, and other services. So the article begins as follows. The European Union is looking to revise its markets in crypto assets regulation, MiCA, about a week after the landmark crypto rules went into full effect, according to euronews. The European Commission is reportedly seeking comment from stakeholders until September 30th, as it gauges whether to expand the rules to encompass emerging technologies like tokenization and non-EU stablecoin issuers, Euronews reported, citing several anonymous sources with knowledge of the situation. MiCA is the EU's comprehensive regulatory framework that creates uniform rules across the bloc for crypto asset issuance, trading, custody, and other services. While the rules came into effect in December 2024, there was a grace period for many service providers to implement the changes until July 1st of this year. The Commission is reportedly looking to revise MiCA in light of developments since the rules were written, including the emergence of tokenized securities, which several EU and non-EU based crypto exchanges are beginning to offer, as well as the continuing adoption of stablecoins. In particular, the packages may be updated to reflect regulatory advancements in the U.S. after President Donald Trump signed the Genius Act into law last summer, legalizing the issuance of fully backed payments stablecoins. MiCA, as written, already regulates stablecoins and is arguably more comprehensive than the Genius Act. The regulations create two categories of stablecoin: e-money tokens, EMTs, pegged to a single fiat currency like the euro or dollar, and asset reference tokens, ARTs, pegged to baskets of currencies, commodities, or other assets. E-money tokens follow similar requirements to U.S. payments stablecoins, requiring 100% reserve backing in safe assets and prohibitions against paying yield. Genius makes similar reserve demands on stablecoin issuers and does not legislate on yield, which has emerged as a significant issue as Congress tries to pass broader market structure regulations. ARTs must follow stricter requirements, including higher capital buffers, stricter liquidity limits, and direct supervision by the European Banking Authority. Some tokenized real-world assets that behave like ARTs, like tokens backed by commodities and real estate, fall under MiCA's rules. However, MiCA does not directly address tokenized securities, which remain under existing EU-backed securities laws. Tokenized stocks are an exploding category. There are now 2.16 billion worth of on-chain stocks, according to RWA.xyz, up nearly 45% from last month. Wow. Big. Okay, so we'll get back to the chart, but let's quickly finish the article here. There are many different types of tokenized stocks, including tokenized stocks that mirror a security and are backed one-to-one by the underlying asset, as well as tokens that are themselves securities and represent full shareholder rights. Reopening the file seems unavoidable at this stage, not only in light of the position expressed by several European institutions, not least the ECB, but also to cater for the most recent regulatory and technological developments worldwide, an unnamed EU diplomat told EU News. The European Commission opened an inquiry in May, raising the question of whether the rule may have to be updated without naming tokenization directly. Since the MiCA regulation was developed, digital asset markets have continued to evolve, with the global policy and regulatory landscape also changing significantly, the Commission wrote. The Commission is therefore assessing whether the EU framework needs to be updated in light of market international developments. Ahead of July's grandfathering period, just 244 firms were authorized as crypto asset service providers, CASPs, under MiCA. So that's the conclusion of the article. If we zoom in here on this chart, it's really quite revealing. So it's showing you that between July of 25, there was roughly 25 billion or 27 billion. And now, as of July of 26, there's now 74 billion. Okay. So that's the real world asset market cap by asset class. You have asset backed credit, okay, which is down here in the dark blue. You have U.S. Treasury debt, which is in the sort of slightly lighter blue, normal blue here. And then you've got stocks equities, which is the sort of lightest blue right here in the middle, the lightest color of the blue. And then you've got commodities. Of course, commodities could be a whole bunch of different, copper or even chocolate or coffee. And then corporate credit is actually a small part of this chart over here. It's the orange color, this middle color. And then finally, 8 others just shows you the other subsets that are not necessarily too big to name right here. So this is a very revealing piece of information that real world asset market cap overall was overall itself in July of 25 last year was 27 billion, but as of July of 26 now it is now 74 billion. So that's really quite impressive. So in conclusion, if we just zoom out again and get a better the what we learned from this article is that in Europe there is the MiCA, but you have legislators inside the EU that are realizing that you have EMTs, e-money tokens, which are pegged to single fiat currencies such as the euro or the dollar. And then you have a more broad class called asset reference tokens, ARTs, which are pegged to a basket of currencies as opposed to one. Or they're pegged to a commodity, again, sort of like copper or something similar, let's say silver, or other assets. So there's many other things that could also be tokenized. They're tokenized asset reference tokens, ARTs. All right. So we are not sure of the next steps, but it seems, as the article just noted, that there's going to be for the next few months. It says here the European Commission is seeking comment from stakeholders until September 30th. So for the next few months, this will be open for comment. So here you go. We've got a lot of questions coming about the ongoing evolving legislation of MiCA, which is now the law of the land inside the EU. And you've got the 2 categories here, such as the very important EMTs, which are really stablecoins pegged to a currency. And then you have ARTs, which is really sort of everything else that is now tokenized assets. All right. So that's our update for this. We'll keep you certainly learning more as we also get more information. We'll try to share that with a market update. And once again, as we always like to do, you are welcome to email us at info@cryptodeposit.org. You can, of course, connect your wallet, connect your MetaMask, connect any type of wallet out there that you believe you want to try. We have so many options to connect, and then you can, of course, deposit cash. You can use your card. There's card payments to deposit cash. You can, of course, get USDT, USDC. You can earn a yield with your USDC, your USDT, somewhere between 7-day up to 5 years. So you can sign up for a payment term, and then or yield earning term, and then of course once you've connected your wallet, you can look at your holdings. You can engage in the borrowing and lending protocol. You can use your tokens as collateral to borrow stablecoins. OTC, if you have any questions about OTC, you can certainly email us at info@cryptodeposit.org for over-the-counter. And then, of course, here you can view your statements. Once you've got your wallet connected, you can do XMTP secure messaging. And then if we've got your activity history, and then the other tabs here are exchange and swap. So there's a whole lot going on. We've got a white paper if you want to read that, or watch our YouTube video for the white paper for cryptodeposit.org on YouTube. So we're going to wrap up the video here. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about the laws in European Union. A lot's going on over there, and we will continue to follow how MiCA is going to be either amended or updated, because it's, as the article noted, it just came into effect July 1st for this phase-in period. Okay. Wishing you all a good day, afternoon, evening, and see you on another video soon, as we have yet another exciting article that we want to cover for you all on our YouTube channel. Have a good one, everybody. See you soon.